They ignored her. Because she wore a white linen dress, flat sandals, no makeup, no designer bag. To them, she wasn't a customer. She was trash. "Watch her," one clerk whispered. "That kind doesn't come to buy, she comes to steal." All she wanted was to see a necklace. What she got were insults, side eyes, and open humiliation. 30 minutes later, her billionaire husband's Rolls-Royce would pull up to the curb. But inside Billionaire, the cruelty had already begun. The boutique sparkled like a jewel box on Rodeo Drive marble floors polished to a mirror shine, crystal chandeliers casting rainbows across velvet-lined cases. This wasn't just a store, it was a sanctum of wealth. And under a spotlight, at the very center, the crown jewel, a pink diamond necklace, 18 carats, flanked by flawless white stones. Valued at $12 million, this was Billionaire. It didn't just sell jewelry, it sold status. Instagram-worthy clients draped in couture, valets juggling Bentleys and Lamborghinis. This world didn't ask who you were. It judged what you wore. Then Claire Monroe stepped through the glass doors. Her white linen dress fluttered gently with the breeze. Flat sandals whispered on the marble. No makeup, no diamonds. Just clear grey eyes. A canvas tote. And quiet confidence. Inside her bag, a notebook, a pen, and a faded wedding photo her and Blake, laughing, 10 years younger. She'd stepped away from her non-profit career to focus on global philanthropy. Her husband's empire, billion-dollar e-commerce, their fortune was private by design. But today she came to see the necklace, to maybe hold it in her hands, to mark a decade of love. She didn't need to prove anything. She only wanted a moment. Inside, classical music played softly. Murmured conversations floated through designer perfume. Claire approached the central case. Behind it stood Vanessa Holt, a black dress hugging her frame, blonde hair pulled tight in a severe twist. She scanned Claire's eyes, pausing at her sandals, her tote, and smiled with practiced condescension. "Can I help you?" Tone flat, eyes sharp, the kind of voice that says, "I already know you can't afford it." Claire's smile was soft, unbothered. "I'd like to see the pink diamond necklace, please." Vanessa's smile grew thinner. Her gaze dropped again. Sandals, tote. "That's a showcase piece," she said, louder now. "Reserved for clients of a certain standing, not just for window shoppers." Claire touched her tote lightly. "I understand," she said gently. "I'd still like to see it. I can afford it." Vanessa laughed, sharp and cruel. "Do you even know how much it costs?" she snapped. "Or are you just here for the air conditioning?" Nearby, a woman in fur Diana Voss laughed under her breath. "She must think this is a thrift store." A man beside her smirked. "No appointment." "Bold," he murmured, loud enough for Claire to hear. The boutique's energy shifted, eyes turned. Not toward the necklace, toward the woman who didn't belong. Claire tried again, subtly, calmly, to meet Vanessa's eyes. But the storm was already gathering. A cluster of VIP clients had formed nearby. Designer bags, diamond earrings, phones already out. Led by Diana, they began to dissect Claire like a fashion crime scene. "Look at her dress," Diana scoffed. "Did she wander in from a farmer's market?" Laughter. Photos were snapped, posted, shared in private group chats. Caption, "Who let the help in?" "Bet she's here to case the joint," said a tech heiress. "Check her bag." The taunts escalated. Thin coin hit the marble near Claire's feet. "For your bus fare home," Diana sneered. No one stopped her. Vanessa and Ethan, another clerk, just watched. Smirking, Claire stood still. Her grip on the tote tightened. Her grey eyes burned not with tears, but something colder. And still, she said nothing. Online, the photos spread like wildfire. Caption, "Haha, boutique bum." Vanessa leaned toward Ethan, just loud enough. "Keep an eye on her. She's got that look. You know, the distraction trick." Ethan nodded, lips curling into a matching grin. And moved closer. The accusation was public now. A branding. Claire stood, silent, her heart racing, but she held her head high. No fight, no scene. She simply turned and walked away, sandals soft against the marble, their stares a weight on her back. She drifted toward a quieter display. Then security stepped in. A large man named Victor blocked her path, radio buzzing. "Ma'am, I need to see inside that bag," he said loudly. Loud enough for everyone to hear. Claire froze, but calmly, she opened her tote. Notebook, pen, faded photo. Victor smirked. "Keep it where I can see it," he warned. Like she was hiding something. Phones came out again. Whispers followed. "Told you," one said. "She's trouble." "She's definitely up to something," Vanessa muttered. Classic distraction tactic. The guard didn't leave. He shadowed her, boots echoing behind her every step. It wasn't just suspicion anymore. It was a performance. And Claire? She said nothing. She didn't cry, didn't run. She just kept walking, silently, toward the exit. Her heart pounding, her dignity bruised, but still intact. And outside? A Rolls-Royce waited. But inside Lumiere, they hadn't seen the last of her. It hit Twitter like a match in dry grass. Number shop thief. Each retweet, a digital crucifixion. Each comment, a stone. As Claire lingered near the boutique entrance, adjusting her tote, a group of clients inside noticed. Diana Vosper gleaming like armor smirk. "Still here, sweetheart? The pawn shop's down the street." Laughter exploded behind her. Phones up, recording. Diana tossed a crumpled tissue at Claire's feet. "For your tears," she sneered. Then came the chant. Mocking, cruel. "No diamonds, no diamonds." Behind the counter, Ethan smirked like a kid watching a street fight. Claire's jaw tightened. She didn't pick up the tissue. She didn't say a word. She just held her tote tighter and kept walking. But they weren't finished. The video hit Instagram within minutes. Caption: Rodeo Reject. 10,000 views in under an hour. Comments like daggers. Total loser. Kick her out. Thief in sandals. Outside, the sun blazed across Beverly Hills. Inside, Lumiere turned into a Coliseum, and Claire, their sport. Vanessa followed her to the door, heels clicking like gunshots. "Don't come back," she called. "Not unless you've got a real budget." More laughter. More phones. Ethan waved dramatically. "Try 'em all next time." Even the security guard muttered under his breath, thought she'd grab and run. Still, Claire didn't look back. But as she passed the boutique's back hallway, she heard them. Vanessa. Ethan. Whispering. Mocking. Gloating. "Did you see her tote?" Vanessa sneered. "Probably stuffed with stolen earrings already." Ethan chuckled. She thought this was a clearance rack. A nearby jeweler added coldly, "She's got no business here. Probably fishing for a rich husband." Their laughter spilled into the hallway, where Claire stood silent. A passing staffer looked at Herthan, looked away. The cruelty spread deeper, to their internal Slack channel. Screenshots, snarky comments, all painting Claire as a thief, and nobody. She kept walking, her steps steady, each one cutting through the shame they tried to lay over her. Outside, her phone buzzed. A message from a friend. "Is this you?" A video link. Caption: Know your place. It was her, standing beside the necklace. Security checking her bag. Her quiet exit. Set to a pop song. The post hit 30,000 views. Then TikTok picked it up. Lauren Tether Tech error-stitched her own commentary. "This is why we need better security. Riffraff like this ruins the vibe." The digital pylon was brutal. Each share, another lash. Each laugh, a wound. At a nearby cafe, Claire waited for Blake. Her linen dress still catching the breeze. Coffee untouched. She overheard whispers. "That's her, the one from the video." But Claire didn't flinch. She sipped her coffee, her grey eyes steady. Inside her, the storm raged. But on the surface, stillness. On the other end of the line, Blake's voice came low and cold. "I'm coming now," he said. "Stay there." Inside Lumiere, things returned to normal. Or so they thought. Vanessa adjusted her dress, still glowing from the power trip. Ethan cleaned a case, humming. "She'll learn her place," he said. And Diana Voss? She posted a photo of her new emerald bracelet. Caption, "Des Lumiere Vibre, only the best belong." The likes poured in. The hierarchy remained untouched. Until it didn't. 30 minutes later, the street outside fell silent. A black Rolls-Royce Phantom purred to a stop at the boutique's doors. The valet froze, nearly dropping a key fob. The driver's door opened, and Blake Monroe stepped out. Tailored black suit, broad shoulders, dark hair swept back, green eyes that saw everything and forgave nothing. At 42, he wasn't just a CEO. He was a force. The man behind Monroe Ventures. The invisible engine of e-commerce across the continent. The name that moved markets without ever being seen. But today, he was very visible. The boutique's doors swung open. Blake entered, Claire beside him. The room fell silent. Trays stopped clattering. Breath held. Vanessa's smile vanished. Ethan's cloth hit the floor. Blake didn't look at them. He didn't need to. His voice was low too calm. Each word, a blade. "Is the employee who insulted my wife still working here?" It was a guillotine. And the blade was rising. Clients froze mid-scroll. Phones lowered. Diana Voss's bracelet clinked against the counter, her hand trembling. A pop star in sequins backed away. Then, Mr. Giovanni Duca, the boutique's owner, rushed down the stairs. His vest askew, face pale. "Mr. Monroe, please," he stammered. "This is a misunderstanding." Blake's eyes snapped to him-green fire behind ice. "You let your staff accuse my wife of stealing." His voice carved the air. "You let them humiliate her. In front of your clients. And your cameras." Then he turned to Vanessa. "You told her she didn't belong." Vanessa opened her mouth. No sound came. Her authority unraveled, her updo slipping. Claire stepped forward, her tote still in hand. Her voice soft but clear. "I don't need them to know who I am," she said, eyes on Duca. "I just needed to be treated with respect, like any other customer." Silence. Not one client spoke. Not one staffer moved. The words hung heavy, falling like dust over the polished floors. Blake nodded once, then turned to his assistant awaiting near the entrance. She stepped forward, tablet in hand. Blake's voice cut the air one final time. "The necklace. Now." Leia's fingers flew across her tablet, initiating a transfer. $12 million, cleared in seconds. Mr. Duca fumbled with the glass case, his hands trembling as he lifted the necklace, the boutique's crown jewel. Blake took it, his movements calm, deliberate, and turned to Claire. He stepped behind her, and with reverent precision, clasped the necklace around her neck. The diamonds caught the light like stars. "Now," Blake said, his voice low, steady, resonant. "She doesn't have to ask anyone for permission." Each word fell like a verdict. The room was silent. Staff frozen. Clients staring. Vanessa's face drained of color. Her heels suddenly unsure. Ethan stood motionless, hands trembling. Mr. Duca swallowed. "Vanessa," he said, barely above a whisper. "You're fired." He glanced at Blake. "Pack your things and leave. Now?" Vanessa stammered, her mascara streaking as tears welled. No one helped her. Not even Ethan. The security guardons complicit stepped aside, his radio silent. The fallout? Immediate. A junior staffer, sickened by the cruelty, leaked the store's security footage. Vanessa's sneer, Ethan's wave, Diana's tissue toss, Claire's silent exit, Blake's return. The video went viral. 20 million views in hours. TikTok exploded. They called her a thief. Justice for Claire. Instagram looped one phrase endlessly. Now she doesn't have to ask. The public chose sides. And they chose Claire. Billionaire's pristine reputation cracked. Its Yelp page drowned in one-star reviews. Elitist garbage. Boycott this place. Vanessa's name became a cautionary tale. Her modeling gigs? Cancelled. Her LinkedIn? Mocked. Her blog? Silent. Ethan vanished from Beverly Hills, retail, his smirk, now legend only in shame. Diana Voss? Her influencer career collapsed. The emerald bracelet post buried beneath comments like, "You laughed at Claire. We didn't forget." Her followers fled. Her deals dissolved. Her fur coat was auction tow, pay legal bills. Lauren Tate, the tech heiress, lost $20 million in funding. Her startup abandoned by investors. Her TikTok? Suspended. Hate speech. The reckoning spread fast. A coalition of Billionaire's former clients launched a boycott. Their open letter, signed by 200 public figures, went viral. Published in Vogue, it praised Claire not just as a victim, but as a symbol of quiet dignity. At a Lumiere Fund gala weeks later, a young woman approached Claire in tears. "Your story," she whispered, "gave me the courage to leave a job where they judged me for everything I wasn't." Claire embraced her, her linen dress radiant in the lights, her presence calm, unshaken. But this wasn't just a media story. It triggered a legal avalanche. A class action suit filed by Monroe Ventures' legal team named Vanessa, Ethan, and Mr. Duca. Former employees testified to years of elitism, systemic bias. The case tore through the luxury industry. Vanessa's blog? Gone. Her name blacklisted by every major brand. Ethan's resume? A ghost town of red flags. His LinkedIn flooded with one word: thief caller. Mr. Duca faced a $10 million fine. His boutique chain lost major investors. His stores sat empty, velvet cases untouched. The settlement funded anti-discrimination training for over 1,000 luxury retail staff. Claire's Lumiere Fund led the initiative. Online, a new phrase trended: diamond justice. They judged her dress. Now, they're jobless. From her bungalow, Claire watched the news. Her tote rested quietly beside her, her hands steady, her spirit unshaken. The world had seen her pain and chosen her dignity. The boutique's Instagram bled followers by the hour. Its aura of exclusivity, now a warning. But the story didn't end with $12 million. Or a necklace. A week later, Claire stood before a press conference. No diamonds. No couture. A simple navy dress. Her tote resting on the chair behind her. Microphones bristled. Cameras flashed. Her grey eyes calm, her voice steady. "Today," she said, "I'm proud to announce the creation of the Lumiere Fund non-profit, seeded with $12 million, the full value of the necklace." A pause. No scripts. No pretense. This fund will support women facing discrimination in elite workplaces, especially those judged for their appearance or their background. Applause. Thunderous. Global headlines followed. No one, Claire said, should ever be made to feel less. Not for their clothes. Not for their purse. Not for their dreams. The announcement trended within the hour. Number Lumiere Fund overtook number Linen Lady. Each post a tribute to her mission. Within months, the fund had trained 500 women in leadership, funded legal aid for workplace harassment, partnered with universities to study bias in luxury spaces. And Claire? She was at every board meeting, notebook in hand, tote always by her side. Blake supported her quietly, always nearby. But it was Claire's heart that powered the movement. As for the necklace, now on loan to a museum. No longer just a symbol of wealth, now a symbol of resilience. Of a woman who walked into judgment wearing sandals and walked out rewriting the rules. Letters began to arrive. Hundreds of them. From women across the country. They shared stories of being dismissed, mocked, underestimated. Claire read each one, her grey eyes bright with purpose. This wasn't just her story anymore. It had become theirs. As for Billionaire, it never recovered. 6 months later, the Rodeo Drive location closed its doors for good. Its chandeliers dimmed. Its cases empty. The pink diamond's absence hung like a ghost, its legacy forever tied not to wealth, but to Claire's triumph. Mr. Duca retired. Quietly, his name a fading footnote. Vanessa and Ethan scrambled for low-wage jobs, their resumes marked by infamy. Their elitism? A relic of another time. Diana Voss's influencer empire collapsed. Her fur coat? Auctioned. Her followers gone. The world had moved on. But it hadn't forgotten. It was watching something greater now. Claire's rise. And it wasn't flashy. Or loud. It was real. Her linen dress became an icon. Not of fashion, but of humility, of strength, of unshakable grace. She didn't gloat. She didn't need to. Because she had built something better. Not with anger, but with purpose. Claire and Blake celebrated their anniversary at home. Their modest Bel Air bungalow was alive with music and laughter. String lights danced above the garden. The city sparkled below. She wore her linen dress. He, his black suit no tie. And under the stars, they danced. No diamonds. No chandeliers. Just two people. Still choosing each other. The necklace? Just a memory now. One they didn't need. Their wealth was vast. But their love was vaster. Built on 10 years of shared dreams and quiet strength. On the garden table sat Claire's tote. Always near. Inside, a new photo. Claire, speaking at the Lumiere Fund launch. Her smile radiant. Her voice steady. Her purpose clear. The world knew her now. Not as a billionaire's wife, but as a woman who turned humiliation into hope. Claire Monroe didn't need diamonds. She was the light. If this story moved you, don't scroll past. Tap like. Share it with someone who's ever felt underestimated. Drop a comment and tell us where you're watching from. Because in a world quick to judge, dignity still shines the brightest. And sometimes, the most powerful thing a woman can wear is her grace. Until next time, stay brave, stay kind, and never forget, you don't need permission to shine.